The Jasmine Sneeze by Nadine Kadan. Read to you today by Gammy. Haran is the happiest cat in the world. He lives in Damascus, the city of 1,000,001 cats. He spends most of his time sleeping on the marble floor next to the fountain in his favorite courtyard. Sometimes he stays up late for a karaoke party with all the other cats in the moonlight. Everyone loves cats in this city, and people often stop to stroke Haran. With every dinner party in his neighborhood, he is always the first to get a treat. But life isn't easy. Oh no, there is one thing that ruins everything. Jasmine. Haran can't stand the sweet scented flowers. Their pollen makes him sneeze so much that he can't sleep. Haran doesn't understand why people in Damascus love Jasmine so much. They treat it as a member of their own family. Do you smell how lovely the jasmine is this evening? Haran hears his neighbor say to his daughter, "It must be celebrating your little sister's birth." But this sneezy scent is spoiling my lovely summer nights as it drifts all around, Haran thinks. But not for long. He comes up with a crafty plan to fix it. Haran finds the old fish skeleton from his dinner a few nights ago and puts it in the closest jasmine tree pot. It smells so much better now. Then he goes to the next tree and carefully places chicken bones on his roots from his favorite butcher's bin. Lovely. Soon enough, he has decorated every tree in his street with his beloved stinky smells. Happy with his night's work, Haran settles down to sleep, certain that this time his nap will be free of the jasmine sneeze. Little does he know that he has caught the attention of the jasmine spirit. No one has ever seen the jasmine spirit, but they say she has lived in the jasmine trees of Damascus for thousands of years. And just when Haran closes his eyes to take his precious nap beside the fountain, something very strange happens. A stem of jasmine starts growing out of his nose. What is this? His very own jasmine tree? What a disaster! Haran starts sneezing and just can't stop. The jasmine spirit has put a spell on Haran, so that every time he tries to sleep, another jasmine stem grows out of his nose. Sleep is impossible with all the jasmine creeping from his nose. It sends him into a fit of sneezes. Haran tries his hardest to pull the stems out, but that only makes his sneezes louder. He thinks that the flowers might hate cold water as much as he does, so he jumps into the water fountain, only to find out Jasmine loves water and grows even more. Haran hears giggling and realizes that it is the jasmine spirit up to her old tricks. But what can he do? Yowling miserably, he runs back to the first tree, hoping that for once the jasmine spirit will let herself be seen. But he can't find her. He only finds the antique shop owner staring at the flowers by the front door. "My jasmine smells terrible this morning," Haran hears her say. "It must know that my mother is unwell and is drooping in sympathy." Haran searches every tree for the jasmine spirit, but everywhere he looks, people seem worried about the jasmine's new smell. No one stops to stroke him, and even the butcher forgets to give him a treat. It wasn't like this when the jasmine smelled sweet and sneezy, Haran thinks. And in a flash, he knows what to do. Hurrying back to every tree, Haran removes the stinky snacks that he left there. The work is hard under the hot Damascus sun. When he reaches the last tree, he is exhausted. He finds some shade under the jasmine branches and finally lays down his head to rest, too tired to care about the stems growing out of his nose. Before long, he is fast asleep. The jasmine spirit watches Haran while he sleeps and notices that many people smile when they see him. It seems that Haran is much loved in spite of his untidy ways. Since he has worked so hard to clean up his mess, she finally decides that he has learned his lesson and will never forget it. When Haran wakes up, he is surprised to see that the jasmine stems are gone, and so are his sneezes. He has a good old stretch under the cool shade of a tree. It's not so bad sleeping beneath the jasmine, thinks Haran. Its leaves shade him from the sun, helping him to doze more deeply. And the smell isn't so irritating now that he's used to it. Perhaps He just needed to give it a chance. The next day at nap time, Haran curls up in the shade of the tree once more. He closes his eyes to sleep. The jasmine scent covers him like a blanket and makes him feel at peace. For the first time, he realizes that he likes the jasmine smell. Maybe it means the jasmine spirit is watching over Damascus, he thinks sleepily. Maybe. Achoo! The end. Take a second and read the author's note about Damascus, the city of Jasmine. We have so much more to learn. Be blessed.